Hey, and welcome back to these training videos. In this video, we're going to talk all about tracking links. We're going to talk about exactly what tracking links are, what they do, and how you could use them in your business. So let's start first by explaining simply what a tracking link is. A tracking link is a link that you provide in your advertising, your email marketing, wherever you're sending this link that allows you to track back in real-time data to your portal or your application here in Clickopia. So where do you want to use click tracking? You want to use it in anywhere that you want to track the data or the information and keeping control in real time of the link clicks that are provided. So things from your email marketing to your Facebook or Google advertising or to a YouTube video or anywhere else that you want to track clicks. We want to move forward. Let's go out and create our very first link. So we're going to go ahead and go to create new here, or you can go over here to the top right hand side as well, and we'll go ahead and click links. Once you click it, you're going to be shown this page. Now on this page, very simple, the primary URL is very simple. This is where you want the end user to go. So if you put google.com here, and remember we created those link groups in video number 3, you can actually pull those groups here and start adding these so that you can compile them later for your reporting. Now if I pull that there and I go ahead and create this here, now I didn't add a custom domain, so we provide a domain that you can use, or if you added your own custom domains, they will appear right here. Now we go ahead and name this right here ABC1234, and we'll name this as our demo link tracker. This is 100% your internal name and will not be shown anywhere else but you in here. Below here you see options, and options will give you a ton of different options you can do to customize that tracking. Simply put, I want to make sure that you understand exactly what each one does and how some of these features will not work right now until you understand how they're built out and how they work later on in some of our future videos. So let's start with clicking URL. Clicking URL is very simple. Right now with the click tracking, what happens is when there's gone to this domain or the URL that you give him, it forwards him straight to the next place while tracking this link. If you don't want them to see the domain and you just want to stay on your link, so this could be done if you're using a custom domain, or you just don't want to forward him, or you don't want an opt-in box or a pop-up blocker, whatever it may be, to show up. So here you're going to go and create it. So you can call this demo, and you can put the description, and this is going to show up your meta tags. So inside your top headers up here on the top left hand side, when you're working on everything, you can do that. Once you do that, it cloaks that link. Very simple and straightforward. Second option here is pop-ups. Now right now for the moment I can't explain exactly, but this is where you add a pop-up to it. Now it's important to know when you add a pop-up, you automatically need to cloak your link in order for it to work. So that's why these two items are popping up together. Next is the pop bars. Again, we'll talk about that in a subsequent video, exactly how it works. But again, this is where you set it and create it, where you're going to have to cloak your page and making sure that you have a pop bar added to it. Max clicks is very, very simple. It's the maximum number of clicks that you want sent to this URL. Now this could be done if you're selling a solo ad or you have fulfillment of a certain number of clicks that you want to do. So in this case, let's say I want to send 100 clicks. And what you do is you need to set up your backup URLs. So let's say after 100 clicks to this URL at google.com, I want to send everybody to yahoo.com. So this is where I set that. And after 100 clicks, the system automatically knows after 100 unique clicks that it's time to send everybody to Yahoo, and that's where you set that. And then there's traffic costs. This is where you enter how much our traffic costs. So if you're buying traffic on Facebook or solo ad and you're paying 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, whatever it may be, you can enter in the amount that it costs right here. And what happens when you enter that in is it tracks it on the reporting to display correctly to you that how much exactly your clicks are costing you. So if you get 4 clicks on this at 25 cents, you're going to show $1. Next is geo-targeting. Geo-targeting allows you to track exactly where your visitor is coming from. So if you want this URL only to work for people in the United States, what you would do is simply this. You have a target and you would type in United States and say, anybody else who's not in the United States will go ahead and set up a backup URL. So what I did here is very simple. If they come to this link, they will be taken to a page depending on where their location is. So in this case, in primary URL, we have them on Google. So if they're from the United States, it'll take them to Google. If you're coming from another country that's not from the United States, it's going to take him to a backup URL, which is going to be, in this case, yahoo.com. And you can also do just exclusions or inclusions, or you can turn it off completely. This is timers, very simple. Again, you do need a Cloak to URL, which is why it shows up. And the second part is you'll pick up timers. Again, in a subsequent future video, you'll be able to learn more about how timers work and how easy it is to have a timer at any page on the internet. This is the backup URL, very simple. We've talked about this in the past. This only happens if you have a Mac click setup. So if you set this up as a backup URL, the only time this will activate is if your clicks or maximum clicks are reached. Mobile URL is just like it sounds like. Visitors browsing from mobile device. Our system will detect it and transfer him to site that you want, because not all websites are mobile friendly. It's important that you know that you're directing a person to a mobile friendly website. If it's not, you could always back them up on mobile, or if you determine that you don't want mobile traffic and you want to send it somewhere else, this is also setting that you set. Repeat URL is very, very simple. Many times people click on the same link multiple times. If a person clicks multiple times, this is where you set it. So if I created a link and they're going to google.com, but after the second link I want them to start going to yahoo.com, this is where I set the repeat URL system. This is an advanced feature. Now, instead of picks on code, it allows you to carefully add pickle codes, such as retargeting, Google headlines, whatever it may be that you need to have in order to make sure you're tracking your click. Remember, this is an advanced feature and not necessary unless you know exactly what you're doing. And same thing with dynamic affiliate links. This is to pass extra variables on the end of your link to buy the click. So if you want them to say, hey, when they click on this URL, that they get a dynamic click or dynamic URL added to it so that you can track it later on, such as a TID, which is a tracking link that many affiliate networks use. You can do that or use this tool to create it. This is bad clicks. Now this is very simple. Allows you to filter things like abusers. People are clicking too much, or bots, which are usually pretty quickly identifiable. Servers, anonymous, spiders, and users. So this allows you to filter different people based on their activity. You can filter them, you can block, or you can do nothing with it. Please only use this tool and feature if you are very, very familiar with click tracking. So over the time, as you learn and utilize Clickopia in your business, you quickly understand the power of being able to block bad clicks. Detecting new bots is very simple. Our system is sophisticated where it's detected based on their activity. If you turned it on, it identifies him and it blocks him automatically for you. And last but not least, we've got notes. This is where you can leave notes for yourself. This will never display to the end user. It's very simple. You enter the notes that you want to enter and you keep them, and that's autos. Now this features can be used with each other. Some of them will create issues if you try to stack them on top of each other. But if you wanted to cloak URL, put a little geo-targeting behind it, add a mobile URL, or add a traffic cost feature, you can do it. And you'll notice that they start stacking together, and if any of them don't stack, you'll receive an error as well. Once you're done with everything, you can go ahead and create link. When you create that link, this is what you'll see. Right after back, you'll notice that you can preview. You can copy to track a link where you can check out the actions. So let's start off with a preview. When I preview it, it's going to show me this link that I created. And you'll see that it takes me to google.com, just like I had said. Alright, now let's go back and look at the other things. The second part is copy that link. Copy a tracking link. If you click on it, it's going to pop this up, where you go ahead and hit Control+C, or you can right click and copy this as the link they're going to be using in your email, in your marketing, wherever you're tracking your link. Last but not least, we've got this little arrow, and this last action piece will allow you to look at all different activities, from editing, deleting, split testing, and so forth. We'll have a separate video just about this information so that you could go through it. But a lot of this is very, very self-explanatory, from editing or deleting your list, or from resetting your stats, to filtering clicks, or even cloning the links, or duplicating it, or archiving it, or even look at public stats. Now we'll go over this in full detail, but I just wanted to show you this day in this video. Now there's a couple different troubleshooting things that we noticed with our users, and I want to make this the last point. Why aren't my links working? Oftentimes the reason why links are not working is because of a billing issue, or there's a reason with your actual link. Now after notifications is sent to you, chances are the reason the link's not working is the other side. What I said the web URL is may not be loading as well. So make sure you're checking your billing status and making sure your bill is paid. And then secondly, make sure that you are all the raw that you're sending it to. For example, I created this one with Google, so I jump into a browser and check google.com. The other number one question we get asked is, can I track opt-ins with affiliate offers? The only way you can do this is if you can place a pixel on their page in order to do it. Now that requires you to reach out to the person's page. But these tracking tools can only be used if you own the page, if you have access to the pages that you need, so please keep that in mind. Alright, with that being said, this is the tracking links video. I hope you understand and enjoyed it. Please take your time to watch over. There was a lot of information provided, and we'll see you on the next video.